On the 10th of August 1628, the Swedish warship Vasa sailed out of Stockholm on her maiden voyage and went over in front of the crowd. She was built at the Navy Yard in Stockholm, and she never got out of the harbour. The yard stood on an island in the middle of the city. Gustavus Adolphus was at war with Poland-Lithuania, and he was building a fleet to match his ambitions. The navy had been losing ships. A squadron caught in a storm in the Bay of Riga ran aground and was wrecked. The contract of 1625 was for 4 ships. 2 were to have a keel of 135 feet. The other 2 were to be 108. Then the king changed his mind and asked for a medium ship instead, at 120. A model in the museum shows how she was put together. In 1626 the king ordered more heavy guns than would fit on a single deck. So a second gun deck was built in above the first. The weight of her armament went high into the hull. This is the lower deck, looking forward. The guns themselves weighed a little over 60 tons. She was richly carved from end to end, because she was meant to be seen. Her hull came to a narrow bottom, with little of her below the waterline. She was dangerously unstable, with too much weight in the upper structure of the hull. Before she sailed they tested her. 30 men ran back and forth across the upper deck to start her rolling. This is the deck they ran across. The admiral stopped it after 3 trips. He was afraid she would capsize at her moorings. The king was in Poland with his army, and impatient. Nobody around him was willing to be the one who postponed his ship. She was ordered to sea. She sailed on the 10th of August. A wind stronger than a breeze caught her. She heeled over and she did not come back. She was gone in minutes. The course she managed, drawn on a map of the city as it then was. She went down in 105 feet of water. It was 390 feet from shore. Boats came out from every side, and 30 people still went down with her. The Privy Council held an inquiry, and put the question to the men who had built her.
Why did you build the ship so narrow, so badly and without enough bottom that it capsized?
In the end no one was punished. More than 30 years later, divers working in a bell brought up most of her bronze cannon. After that she was forgotten, lying in a busy shipping lane in the middle of the city. When they came back for her she was still at 105 feet. A season of lifts moved her into shallower water, at 52. The final lift began on the 8th of April, 1961. She had been down there for 333 years. She was towed into the dry dock at Beckholmen. In and around the hull they found the remains of at least 15 people. Her longboat came up last, lying alongside where it had settled. One of them has a face again, reconstructed from what was left of her. The timbers were sprayed with preservative for 17 years, and dried for many more after that. The work of keeping her began the moment she came out of the water. The ship is still fighting herself. The sulfur she absorbed on the seabed keeps turning into acid in her wood. She stands now in a building put up around her, the best preserved ship of her century. They tested her, and the test frightened them, and they sent her anyway. How much does it cost to be the person who stops the launch?